Greetings and welcome to another Perspectives with Pastor Jay. Now, today we're going to talk about the issue of pastoral dynamics. I know many of you have been Christians all your life or for a long time, especially if you're involved in ministry. And if you look back and compare what the pastor used to be like, say 20 years ago, to what the pastor is like now, you'll notice that there's been a shift. Some have actually taken exception with this shift in pastoral dynamics. A lot of folks that grew up in the 60s, the 70s, they are used to a pastor that only was a pastor. That pastor did everything that a pastor is expected to do. He was the preacher, taught Bible studies, did counseling, visited, did all the different things that were exclusively set as far as the pastor is concerned. But as we get into the 90s and the 2000s, we have noticed that there's been a shift in how pastors operate, and particularly how they operate in the successful churches. Now a pastor must know how to be a businessman as well as know how to shepherd his flock. Many folks not comfortable with that, and they are particularly not as comfortable with pastors who have an overt business sense. Now, I grew up in the church and I love the church, but I have recognized that one of the problems our church has had, and many churches have had, is they've not been able to market the gospel effectively. There's a report that came out this week that shows that Protestants are no longer the majority in the religious sense, because there has been a swell of non-denominational and non-committed folks in the surveys that they've been taking. What does that mean? That means as a Protestant Christian, we have to be more effective in our witnessing and our outreach. I believe that many times the churches that aren't growing are the ones that have failed to latch on to the effective business practices that allow them to present the gospel in a positive light. We have to understand that we are in a new age. We are in the heart of the postmodern era. And if we are not able to effectively use the marketing tools, the different opportunities to interact with those who need to be saved, then we as a Christian genre, you should say, as the Protestants, we're going to fail because we are not reaching people where they are. We're not presenting Christ in a manner that's favorable. I want to challenge our ministers, challenge our pastors to look at how you're trying to reach people. If it's not effective, and you'll know that by the number of people that are in your pew each weekend, as well as your tithe and offering intake, if you're not being successful, I want to challenge you to take a look at the successful churches. You may not agree with their theology, but we need to learn how to separate methodology from our theology and use what's effective to be able to present a true gospel message to the world. This has been Pastor Jay with Perspectives. Again, we want to encourage you, if you're watching this video on Facebook or on YouTube, visit the IamPastorJ.com. We launched it a couple weeks ago, and we've already revamped the site to make it more interactive. We appreciate your support. Make sure you visit our other sites as well. You can go to the links page on IamPastorJ.com. I hope that this has been a blessing to you, and if I can come and be a blessing in person in your ministry, please don't hesitate to give me a call. God bless you, and have a great week.